but for the first crack out of the box, I've been on Juice Plus for about 4 months. And then I started with the shakes, and I did a Shred 10. And then I just kept going with the Shred 10 for about 3 months. But I can't imagine doing both of them at that early part of your health journey. That would be kind of a slam to the body, I would think.
Or it might be awesome.
I think people.
Well, it would create what we call a healing crisis. It could create a healing crisis where it's like everything is thrown up into the bloodstream all at one time, and you're not able to usher enough of it out quick enough. But not everybody has that.
That's how I found out I had MS. I was
Really?
going through a healing crisis, yeah. And my MS came out as optic neuritis. About 6 weeks into it, I was in a major detox, and I read the book, and it told me I could do it, and it could throw whatever hidden symptoms or hidden diseases or whatever would come out.
Right.
Lo and behold.
Okay, so let me ask Nalani a question. Nalani, once I started on Juice Plus, I had always been told I was pre-diabetic. And then when I went to my biofeedback therapist after I'd been on Juice Plus for 4 months, she said, oh my gosh, you're not even pre-diabetic anymore. So when I came out of the ventilator, came off the ventilator, then they started testing my blood every 2 seconds. And they said I was pre-diabetic. So then I got the little measuring thing for my finger, and I am. And so that was the cause of what the ventilator did. And I don't understand that, but will the detoxing from the cranberry, will that help with the pre-diabetic situation?
Absolutely. Absolutely. However, the best thing you can do is consistent exercise. People don't realize that.
Pain. That's my worst. My entire
That is the best thing you can do for anyone, whether they're diabetic or pre-diabetic, is consistent exercise.
And you know, I don't mind being personal. I don't mean to embarrass everyone, but at some point in my early 30s, I really had huge breasts. I ended up having a breast reduction surgery in my 40s, but exercising was not fun at that point, anything that I did. So, you know, that's one thing that I have a really hard time doing is exercising. So I desperately need to do that. But I will tell you, it was 19 degrees this morning. So
Well, you could do it indoors. I mean, you can exercise in a chair.
yeah, I know. And I've been doing some of that, but it's been really cold here for about 2 weeks. So
well, it's good to see you looking so well.
you know, I'm blessed. I'm just really blessed.
So we wanted to do a few things today. And so we're thankful. We're coming off of Thanksgiving. We're thankful that Darby is okay. It was a really big scare for a lot of us. We were in a boxer chat and everything, praying for Darby. And she went on a ventilator, and now she's back, and how amazing. So I would love to hear from some other people about what you're thankful for. It could be about this business. It could be about Juice Plus. It could be about one of your kids. But I think it's nice, you know, it's like an icebreaker for us to hear. Maybe we should just do it in the chat for now. And then I would love to call on Denise Romney, since she's with us today. She's a national marketing director. And maybe we could ask her, what has this business brought for her? Because I think we hear a lot about product stories. Let's see. Okay. So if you go ahead, put it in the chat. And then, right, Doug's sending me a message. Okay, if you could go ahead and put in the chat what you're thankful for, and then maybe we'll call on some people, you know, based on their research. Okay, I'm thankful we learned about the sauna space unit that Gwen just put the link in there, because I know Doug is super worried about his lung if he gets COVID. So this is going to make him feel better and make me be able to get out of the house.
You don't like me being a shut-in?
No.
I'm not getting no COVID.
Well, I don't like drinking.
I'm staying away.
I am thankful for the team that come, my team members who come to the meetings, who actually plug in and come around the campfire. I'm really thankful for you guys.
Mm.
I have one here. Yes, I have one here today. And that's awesome. Thank you.
I feel the same way. I feel the same way. I've been thinking about you guys a lot. Like,
El año
just
pasado nos fuimos y este año no lo hicieron.
and this community is just so phenomenal. We already know that, but you know, then even just I mean, Denise is on here. I mean, sideline buddies like that. It's just incredible. I mean, I'm just so glad that we all get to work together, and it's super.
So that was Doug's thankful list. Awesome. There's so much to be thankful for. Who else? Okay, so I see in the chat. The community. I mean, we've got to sell the community, right? Everybody loves the community. Wow. I love all this. And Denise's son's fever broke after 5 days. That's terrible.
So one of the what we're going to talk about after we talk about more thankful stuff, and we hear from Denise, we're going to talk about just doing business in COVID and what, like, how everything's changed and how the world has changed and all that stuff. I don't know where that's going to go, but I've been reading about that a lot lately, articles and things like that, and just the whole connecting with people. Like, our business is connecting with people, as most of you know. You know, like when you do a post on social media, it's not like you get these awesome sales or something. And I always feel bad for like these companies that they have no connection with their prospects, with anything. Like if you're just selling a random product, you know, so they have to try to do it through marketing, which just takes so much time and so much money to try to create a relationship through just putting ads up and stuff. So relationships is everything. So it's pretty cool that this is our business model is about relationships and moving forward, doing business and stuff. So it's all about relationships. So that's super exciting that everybody's talking about the community. That's the biggest thing we have to offer you guys. You and your passion sharing with people, but then the value added. You know, that's going to be another thing moving forward that changes, that makes companies stand out. You know, why would I order from Amazon instead of going to like Walmart online and ordering direct? I mean, they're all doing the direct thing. Like Walmart's trying to get in it. Target's trying to get in it. Sears is trying to get in it as they close stores and stuff. It's like, yeah, good luck, buddy. You're done. Okay. Amazon is like awesome. They're going to just like deliver it. They bought trucks. Like, they're like, hey, the postal service is too slow. Let me get my own trucks. Hey, they get my business. You know, I hate to see a monopoly. I want to buy local and stuff, but my goodness. So the same thing. They're giving us that experience, that personal thing. They got Audible, they got videos, they got free shipping with Prime. I love it. So we got to bring the same thing, and that's through relationships. Okay, I kind of went ahead. What else are we thankful for? Anybody got-
Well, I do. I don't want to. It's interesting, you know. Just came back from a dentist appointment, and I learned that one of the pillars of our community just died from COVID, and I'm hearing Darby talk about her experience, and this is exactly what she went through. She was diabetic and she was on a ventilator, and this is exactly what happened. And I find that this community is just amazing in the fact that there's so much information and knowledge that we all share with one another, and that we all believe in health and nutrition and exercise, and that this is really, you know, got to be how we move forward, and sharing it with people, because you know, I feel like it could have been prevented had she had better knowledge and awareness. And so yeah, yeah, I'm just thankful for this community, and I'm thankful for also, like Dr. Nailani said, I'm thankful for my team that's on here today too.
Yes.
So may I say one more thing, Doug, because
Yeah.
you need to have in place your power of attorney. You need to, because they can't come into the hospitals. So you have to have someone that's a knowledgeable expert on what's happening. And I want you to know that Stacy and Gwen and Kelly were all calling my doctor every day. And they were telling them what to do. And they were telling them to put Juice Plus in my IV tube. And I will tell you that they refused, and I lost 25 pounds. So you really do have to have a doctor that believes in Juice Plus, that will inform the doctor that's at the hospital to make sure they put that Juice Plus in your feeding tube. So it's being planning out. You need to get that all put into place.
Mm.
Okay. And I didn't have any of that in place.
Hard. Very hard. Anybody else? Something they're thankful? I know you guys put it in the chat, but anybody else verbally want to add in? What you're thankful for? What maybe you thought about last week during Thanksgiving?
I will. I put it in the chat, but I am just so thankful. We just retired just a couple of years ago from full-time ministry. And of course, I tell everybody I still do ministry. I just don't have office hours. But Juice Plus literally has been, it's like hand in hand with the care ministry that I have done all of these years. And I just feel like it goes hand in hand because I'm trying to help people with their spiritual life, but also now with their health. And man, if you get that 2-for-1 deal, you can't get better than that.
Awesome.
I agree.
That's
Okay,
awesome.
now we would love to hear from Denise Romney, who is a national marketing director, and you've seen her on the food tasting or preparing with Doug, and then just recently the business presentation last week. And Denise, if you don't mind sharing just a little bit of your product, like summarize that, but mostly tell us the benefits this business has brought you.
All right. Well,
It's okay.
yeah, you're probably gonna hear the boys in the background
Don't
because
worry.
everybody's home. But that's part. Stop. Got excited. Yeah, but without Juice Plus, I wouldn't have had them. In a nutshell, I had polycystic ovarian syndrome, which means I had no cycles because my hormones were so messed up. So I made some changes to my diet, removed some foods, and did Juice Plus. And someone at a Juice Plus meeting, I went to a meeting and they said, take 3 of each, 3 fruit, 3 veggie, 3 berry. And I did that. And with my clean eating, and that month, I started having normal cycles. And then that month I got pregnant for the first time without fertility drugs. So, yeah. So we have 5 boys, 2 fertility babies, and the other 3 Juice Plus babies. So, and chronic fatigue and things like that came with it. But that's my story in a nutshell with the product. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Well, my goodness,
That was a storm.
I know you get a baby, you know you're gonna like a product.
Right.
Oh my goodness.
It's funny because Sharon there's a customer that we have that Sharon kind of coached her and got her on Juice Plus, and then she got pregnant. Remember, she wasn't able to get pregnant, and now we love it because they like give us credit. Like, Sharon, you gave me a baby.
Right. It's not. It happens all the time too. I can't tell you how many clients that it has happened to, and I'm talking to like second time infertility. Like they had no problem the first time, and now they can't get pregnant. They make a few changes. All the changes I made, if you Google me, Denise Romney Womb to World, you can find the recording. It's old, but it'll work. It's got slides and stuff.
Wow.
So,
gotta find that for sure. That's awesome.
So,
okay, so how did you end up doing the business? And I remember you had the 5 kids. I knew you had a lot. I think you were even supposed to be at the 39 Club, or maybe you had one.
I did have a baby there at 39 Club. I had one with me, and my mom came to watch him. Yeah. So that was when I first hit an MD. So he was 9 months old. For Juice Plus, the business, I was like I didn't start Juice Plus for me. I didn't think it was going to help with those things. I'm glad it did, but I got on it because of irregular bowel movements with my son and at the GI all the time. So within 2 weeks, he was regular. So I signed that application because my friends kept asking me about it. And I kept finding myself going, well, haven't you heard of Juice Plus? Like, they put fruits and veggies in capsules. Like, it was just coming out of me. And so I signed up to be a partner. And I had been a stay-at-home mom for 5 years. So I've had a very, very tiny amount of people to talk to. Like, there was no Facebook then, no Instagram. I didn't have a cell phone. You didn't text then. This was 15 years ago, right? I had my small church congregation and I just had to really get out and hustle. Like I had to go, I did tables and booths and talking to people. I just think it's so much easier now with social media and like attractive marketing, and doing that connection, like making those relationships online. And, eventually, I built my business up. The first month I made 250. Then within a couple months I was making 500. And then I got pregnant, it was like 4 months in. And I was like, this house is way too small for another baby. So I asked my husband, if I make 1,000 a month, can we sell? And he's like, yeah, absolutely. So I just hustled some more and I grew that business. And as soon as I hit 1,000 a month, I got the comma in the club. I put the sign in the yard and sold that house and we built another one. So now, we could just expand. We expanded our life. We expanded our health. It was just a blessing for us. And I mean, the story just keeps going on and on. It wasn't fast for me. Sometimes it was like, I could do really big spurts and then I'd have to slow down and I could do a spurt again. And so when I could do a spurt, I did it. And that grew my business. I would jump and then stay and then jump and then stay. And that's fine. Like it was my journey. I just learned along the way that I can't judge my journey on someone else's. And I hope other people don't judge theirs on mine. You can go faster, you can go slower, you can go anywhere in between. This is your story, your self-development program. And I had a lot of self-development to do. And then just having more kids and stuff. But eventually, when my husband's job got really bad, like emotionally because of politics and stuff, he was able to walk away from teaching. And he just he turned to me one day and he said, could I retire because I really am not happy? And I'm like, is that our new goal? And he's like, yeah, that's our goal. So I got to work and focused. We had a family meeting, got everybody on board, asked them what they wanted, and how that would look. And away we went. So if your business is stuck or you're feeling kind of not like it's fun, then find 5 new people and you'll have a whole new outlook again. And then you'll be excited. And sometimes too, I was on main stage when we did Facebook parties. I don't know if you guys remember that. I was pregnant when we did that. And then this thing with the business, I'm so excited about it. The business presentation that we did. And I just want to keep doing them. I think it's the way to go. And I'm a big fan. I know many of you watched the GoPro with Eric Worre. I'm a big fan of his. My business had been stuck at senior sales coordinator for 5 years. And I read his book and put the action in, what he told me, what it said. And I went to NMD in a year and a half. So
Go pro.
I read the book, Go Pro. I mean, you don't need, it's great, the community. And I think that we all have that, but sometimes our community doesn't know how to teach us the skills. So it's okay to have other community too. Like I reach out for different training and stuff. And that made the biggest difference for me. I needed those skills really mapped out and 1, 2, 3 and bullet points and stuff. So
you guys know how I always share when we're making affirmations, I feel really strong about the affirmation that says basically you're going to become the person that you need to be in order to reach your goal. I think that's so important because a lot of times people do affirmation and it's like they're asking Santa Claus to be an NMD or something. Like I'm an NMD. I am an NMD. I am an NMD. Well, no, you're not if you're not doing the actions and have the skills of an NMD. So I love it that Denise worked on becoming who she needed to be. We all do. Whatever you've achieved in your life became the person you had to be to reach that goal. So that's super. Denise, I noticed you said that you were when you made a NMD, you were 39 Club. Is that true?
No. You get to go to the 39 Club retreat.
Okay, because I was we were gonna have to have a little sidebar conversation about this.
I wish. I
Those
wouldn't have been
numbers,
right, but
yeah.
Question.
no.
So,
They just call it the 39 Club retreat. And you
Yeah,
get to go when you hit NMD, which I don't think they promote enough. Like,
I
you need
forgot.
to know when you hit NMD, now I think it's $10,000, right?
Yeah.
Plus you get to go to the NMD retreat, which is, you get there and then like all expenses are paid after that.
Yeah.
And it's fantastic. And you get to take a spouse with you. And in my case, I didn't take my spouse. I took my mom because we had too many kids.
And they give you money to spend on your spa treatments and stuff. It's the best.
Yeah.
So Denise, being the humble person you are, you said that you still need to have some personal growth. And I don't know if it's too personal what you're already thinking, but I think a lot of times people think you've arrived once you get your national marketing director and everything's just, coming up roses all the time. It's not,
right.
Trust me. So what kind of personal growth do you feel you need at this point?
Well, I just still like to try and challenge myself. I say my communication skills I have to still work on. This year I've really tried to dig into social media, which I started in January, so I was glad about that. So I was just like, I just kind of picked something I really wanted to focus on, and social media was mine this year. I'm actually learning how to crochet. I mean, like, I don't care, like anything new that will challenge me, that'll make me feel successful. Like, I used to have really low self-esteem. I used to be actually very quiet. I wouldn't talk to people, even say hello in the grocery store. And what I found is if I want to gain confidence, then I have to do new things or challenge myself. So, and it doesn't have to be big, it can be crocheting for goodness sakes. But if I can prove to myself I can do it, then I can prove to myself I can do other things too.
Oh my goodness. I love that. Because I do think, and I have a talk called Confidence is King.
Oh, nice.
In this business, it's really how confident you are and whether or not you are projecting confidence in what you're saying. And so the fact that she just continually wants to work on her confidence, that's great. And then you said speaking ability. Are you thinking like Toastmaster or something? I know some people.
I've thought about it. I have not gotten into that yet. But I mean, I've taken different courses and training, just whatever I feel like I'm not good at. If I'm feeling uncomfortable, uneasy, nervous, then I'll find something. There's so many online courses, classes, other experts. I mean, even if you're just following, I love Rachel Hollis. I love Rachel Hollis. She's really into that positive affirmation. She's into taking care of your body. And you think her stuff is so simple. Why is she so famous? And it's just like her consistency. She's no one special. She's special, but she's not, she's just an average mom, right. But she learned how to voice what she was doing. She analyzed what she was doing, and then she shared it with the world. And just like positive affirmations, like Doug just said, that's like, she's a big on positive affirmations and schedules. And that's a hard one. Schedules. I love to sleep in. And so, well, now that they're older.
So why don't you launch us into our next conversation unless Doug has different questions?
No.
Okay. So we want to acknowledge, sometimes I think Doug and I are super guilty of just acting like everything's fine. And there's an actual pandemic and we're having all these restrictions on us, and it really affects every day. Like, it's just wearing on us. So we want to acknowledge, because we have just been riding high on everything's beautiful with the business, but we haven't really talked about how are we doing the business differently during COVID, and how should we be moving forward? Because it doesn't look like it's going to end. Because I think we just kept thinking it's going to end at some point. And it's like, dang it, it's still here. This is so irritating, besides other feelings. So I think it would be good to talk about what are we doing about COVID?
Before we get to what we're doing, just really quick, can we list out, just popcorn, some things that are different, and it might be obvious, that affect our business, how we do our business. I mean, I'll start with the easiest one, which is no face-to-face or no live events.
Right.
What
I
else
think
is
we're gonna
different?
have Denise say it first, right?
Having
Kids
kids
at
around
home.
more. Having our kids around
Yeah.
for those of us with
Oh,
school
yeah.
age.
Oh yeah, kids around, and which is kind of like you just realize like you gotta like entertain them or worry about, or if you don't worry about them, then the poor things, they're doing what they're supposed to do, which means they're locked in a room watching school for 6 hours a day. You know, it's tough. Oh gosh, Sharon. Sharon, you better start moderating then if you want me to go do that. Sorry, we had a direct message. All right, so yeah, Stacy said Zoom burnout. That's for sure.
Zoom burnout. Yeah.
So what about, let's think about shopping. Like I was looking at stats, like people are way more apt to buy things online now. There's like Nicole said, there's a lot of other people selling products now, more so than before. So maybe it's even becoming more normal on your social feed to see people selling and doing their side hustles and all that stuff. A lot of people starting up businesses, you notice that? And I always like, I'm like, oh no, when people are like talking about like the thing they're going to do where it's like literally trading time for money. Like, well, yeah, I thought I could do this and I could make $13 every time I do this. And I'm like thinking, oh my gosh, there's only so much of you to go around. If you're going to start a business, do something where you leverage your time, you know? So we can educate people. I think that's what part of the reason Denise and I are, and some of us are really excited about the business presentations, because people need to know that we have a great option for them.
I don't think my compassion's ever been stronger. I remember what it was like to be a mom sitting in a cubicle having to leave their baby, and that was hard enough emotionally for me. I mean, I literally cried for hours in my cubicle. To think about what moms are going through right now as their kids are at home and trying to work, because I'm stressed out and I know my paycheck is coming. And no matter what, I mean, I could take off for months and my paycheck is still going to be there. It might suffer a little bit, but I'm going to pay the bills. So can you imagine how other mamas feel? And I just want to give them something to relieve their financial burden and that stress, to still bring money in. Think about all your hairdressers, your massage therapists, your anesthesia, and anestheticians, all those people that have to be close and personal can't do their job. Like, we're shut down a lot here in Indiana now too. Not everybody, but I've got people that are closing their shops. And I think that we really do have something to offer. They can make some quick money to at least get food on their table, and then we can build from there. So yeah, I'm very excited about the business too. I've never been more passionate about leading first with the business.
Yeah. Yes, Sharon, you move forward with that. So what are some ideas, like, so, or not even just ideas? I mean, these are like obstacles, right? By the way, when it comes to that, I'll be vulnerable for a second. You know, we have, you know, with the kids at home, so we have like a counselor that Emma meets with on Zoom, and maybe there's even more than one counselor. So there ends up a scheduling thing. Well, now we end up like doing family counseling where me and Sharon are talking to the counselor, right? Well, I mean, I had an awesome thing yesterday where she was counseling me, because I'm like, sometimes I feel down. I mean, I have time freedom. We like make a great salary. It's like, what on earth would I feel down or unmotivated about? It's like my life is literally beyond anything I ever dreamed of. And what she identified, and I think maybe this is like Denise crocheting, is like I need to be pursuing some of my passions. where you know, we like to say, well, our passion, our mission is to inspire healthy living around the world, or how you guys like Sharon helping moms stay home with their kids, or for me to coach you guys and coach people to build a business. But there's other passion, like the passions that go back to when you're a little kid, like maybe Denise was creative and she wants to just see something, no, or but maybe just the idea or the fantasy of a blanket coming out of a roll of yarn. I don't know. For me, it's music, you know, and I've been kind of putting my music stuff on the sideline, and like just give the lady giving me the permission and then talking it out with Sharon and realizing like, oh, I'm allowed to be pursuing music still on the side. I mean, I don't need to not do that. So find something that sparks joy, as the cleaning, what's that clean lady? The folding lady. Tell me her-
Kondo.
Yes, Kondo. Yes, so you got to spark joy. So these are obstacles. What are some things different? And this will be beyond today, but we need to start thinking about how do we modify our business to get better in the age of COVID? What are some things you're doing different that you didn't do as much before, and maybe it's working, or you think you should be doing? Let's get some ideas going.
Stacy, what are you thinking, since you said there's Zoom burnout? What can happen instead, you know, phone calls, Facebook rooms, like what can happen?
I would say, yeah, phone calls, you know, get on the phone with people and meet one-on-one with them. Okay, so maybe you can't do a group event, but if they're comfortable meeting one-on-one with you, then meet one-on-one. We don't have an area now where we can have, you know, like go to a coffee shop or anything. Everything's closed down, but I have a house, I have a coffee maker, I've got, you know, like just invite people over for smaller group gatherings. And then like I still have the moms group that I started, and at our church you can have 75 people in the building, so we're still meeting at the church. And yesterday there were 11 moms. I sat at a new table during breakfast and just asking questions or just really listening with them. One mom has extremely constipated child. The next one is pregnant and can't keep anything down. And then the third one was talking about a new diagnosis of arthritis. I've spoken to all three of these girls, but before multiple times, but now I have the strong, urgent, right now need that I can go back and address with them. So I'm meeting with one today to take her samples, and then I'll be reaching out again to the other two and just say, I have something to help, and I'm going to bring them together. They're all best friends. Like I want them to build excitement and ask questions and like here. So it may be Zoom with them, only because between them, they have 9 kids, and I don't know how I can manage 9. Well, I do have teenage girls. We could do it. I could have them over for lunch and just have my girls, my older girls, help watch theirs. But like, if we're thinking, okay, big events, we can't do big events. That is true. But you can do smaller events if the people you're talking to are comfortable about that. If they're not, they're just going to say no. But you kind of know your audience. You know who these people are. You're in deeper conversation with them. So it could be one-on-one, but getting on the phone, asking lots of questions. We've got to find the need that's out there. And I put out via Voxer, I think Sharon, you put it in your group, where the social media challenge, just putting like for December, using the, it's in my Voxer group, look at it. Maybe you didn't put it in yours, but the December social media challenge look like this.
I don't remember it.
I saw that. I have to find it.
Okay, so it's the idea of print out the chart and just do the posting, follow the guide and post, and then you know, just every day putting some information out there, because we want to start conversations and we need to get those the information out there. People are on Facebook more than they typically are. And especially as we get closer to Christmas and they've got time off, like they're on their phone all the time. If we keep ourselves forefront in their mind, we're going to be the ones that they come back to as they're making their decisions of what are they going to do this year for their health. And that not just posting, but then actually starting the conversations with them. So I had 75 people that wanted to do the detox with me. I've sent messages to all of them, personal messages, inviting them into the group, asking them, hey, what are your health goals? What would you like to see happen in the next 12 days? And I would say, not all 75 of them obviously have replied, but probably about 30 of them. So it's 30 new conversations that some of them are already customers, but some are new people that I didn't even know. They were referred by a friend that said, hey, I'm doing this. Do you want to do it with me? So asking questions of them, finding out what their need is, asking if they've heard of Juice Plus, like those that comment and like on these posts that we put out every day consistently for the next month, that can generate a lot of conversations. And then from those conversations, sending a video or inviting them over for coffee if they're local or whatever that looks like. But starting with activity just to get ourselves out there, because we're not at practice with our kids and, we're not out doing things socially. So this can be a way to be putting your information out there, your message of hope, health. Some of it's business.
Yeah, so I like that in the beginning, what Stacy was saying, especially is I just want to follow up on, like, so when we have an event, like right now, if we schedule an event, it's going to be a little awkward. It's like, it's COVID. Can we even do that? I know when somebody's having a Christmas party, I'm like, I'm not going to a Christmas party. Super spreader, no way. But when we have seedlings and it's Saturday morning, next thing you know, there's like 5-6 people standing around the back porch. We're talking about seedlings and working on the towers together and stuff. It's no big deal. So maybe a little more organically doing events, because I know some people were doing like, I know some of you were in the snow and stuff, but like down, like say Kristen in Key West, she can do like a walking group that gets together. I think somebody in South Florida, Michelle, and your team, they used to do that, right? There's like a walking group. And what if you have like 5 or 6 people that get together and walk or run in the mornings? That's like an event, And Denise Romney, she had a great comment in that thinking more about what others need instead of what you need. So like thinking in terms of others, like how can you reach others? Like where are they right now? So if they're not available to meet us at Total Wine for a presentation, then where are they? Well, they're definitely on Facebook, like Stacy's saying. I do like that idea with Zoom burnout of going to Messenger a little bit more and maybe going on the phone a little bit more. I've been doing that. I've been just keeping it simple with the phone because I think it's another step to say, hey, let's hop on Zoom, especially for a guy. It's a little like, we can't, it's like you don't buy, when I meet up with a guy, and we're going to talk at a coffee shop, if I brought him a gift, that's a real problem. But you guys can bring gifts for each other. But I can't do that. So we can't, you start saying, hey, let's Zoom together. It's like, what do you want to see me for? What's wrong with you? So, yeah, we just keep it as simple like that. All right. I know Sharon has a drawing coming up, but Denise Romney, since we have you here, any ideas in the age of COVID, like just mind shifts that you've had in moving your business forward, how you have to be different nowadays?
Wait, it's my turn. Put me on the spot.
Okay.
Things that I know I have been doing. I've been saying, okay, what is the crisis right now? What are people thinking right now? So when COVID first started, I rented Canva and I made like this really cute, simple, you guys, survival guide. And so that's kind of some of the things I do. I'm thinking like as I move forward and just as I've been on this call, I know the New Year's coming, New Year's resolutions and stuff. We'll do a presentation at the end of December to kind of kick off the shred, whatever you want. I'm not going to call it the shred, but to kick off the shred in January for people. I think it won't be focused on weight loss necessarily, but immune health and things like that. I'm trying to think how I've shifted. I'm telling you, Stacy's straight on. I have never had so many private messages going on. I felt like I can't believe for so many years I didn't do this right. Like, social media, when people post on it, take it a private message. If they made a comment, then go take the rest of the conversation in a private message. Like on the GoPro, if you guys were watching that, he recommended to ask, what would you do when you grew up? And I had I don't even know how many, 100 people or something comment on that. And I took it all to private message, oh, you wanted to be a pianist? Why did you do that? Do you still play? Organic conversations, and many of them led into conversations about business or product. So that's kind of something I'm doing. I've definitely been more vigilant about trying to keep track of who I talk to. So I don't know how you guys, well, let me ask you, Sharon, how do you guys, I heard you say something about a group. Do you have a group for customers and a group for potential customers? Do you have one just for prospects?
No, but you do. You have a group for potential customers, right?
I do, but what do you guys do? Do you not have?
We have a customer group. We add some prospective customers into our customer group. We just treat them all the same, pretty much. But I was watching something the other day where we should have a landing video, and that's where the add tag message is. You add the person to the group, you tag them on that message that's at the top, from the leader of the group, and then that's the biggest thing. And then I don't know, somehow we've got to get the people to then add their friends, and the group explodes. So maybe you know more about.
Well, I do the same thing. I have a landing video. Everybody that adds them then is supposed to tag them so they can watch the video, so they get the most out of the group. And what your detox drink one, where they don't have to buy anything and it's just kind of just like the detox. I want to do that inside that group and have them add their friends. I think it'll blow up. Right now I'm doing the smoothie. There's another group doing that 12 days of smoothie challenge, right? Starts December 7th. And so I was promoting that, and it got really confusing because it's what if they don't order? Where do I put them? So you can get a mess if you're not careful, right? So what we ended up doing is if they didn't order, they went in one group, and they did order, they went in the other group, and I'm going to post in both. It's not like it's that big a deal, copy and paste, but we have a customer group. The customer group gets more things. They get more support, more education. And what I think one of the things I'm doing is I'm making sure that they know all our resources are free. It's our program. All you have to do is pay for the products. So I'm switching the mindset a little bit. You get free exercises. We have people in there to answer your questions. We have, we'll do live talk once a month, a Q&A kind of thing. You'll get recipes. All of that's free. All you have to do is buy the product. Just a shift. Because there's people that do Weight Watchers. That's a program. They get no food. They pay for the program and they pay for the food. Right? Yeah. So why wouldn't they want to do our program for free and have the accountability, but without the price? And then they just pay for their food. So that's one shift I feel like I've been making. Others I don't. Yeah, that's all I got right now.
I feel like there's so much opportunity to do great things in our business that it's almost overwhelming. It doesn't matter which one you do. You could focus on a customer group and it could be insane. You could focus on cold market trade show tables and it could be insane. No matter what, there's just so much opportunity. So Denise, I'm glad you came on, and we're hoping you'll come back.
Thank you. I do want to tell you, my prospecting group does not get a lot of attention. They get one post a week and that's it. And it's usually the company's Thursday night calls or something. I'll stream it in there instead of a watch party on my own page, right? I stream it into the group, and then people can watch it later, whatever. I market it on my Facebook profile for them to join my group. Then I collect their email address when they join the group.
Yes. Okay. So that is something I wanted to mention. I thought of Stacy. Stacy, I know you have this extra group. And I don't know if we want to talk about that, but anyway, I know that that's been done to me. I've joined a group and the person got my email. So now I constantly get emails from this expert and she's selling me all the time with these emails that are really good, like catchy email titles and all that. And so finally I did buy what she had to offer. So if you form your own group, you can ask for the email as they come in, you know, depending on what it is that you want to have a group about. And then you can email them and give next steps and give advice, but then always there's something, you know, leading them to whatever, you know.
This feels like another lunch and learn.
I know. There's so many
Because
things.
I mean, I'll throw a wrench into it and say, well, how many people feel like they're really killing it on their customer groups? And it's amazing. The content's amazing and it's the best thing ever. I mean, when I hear about starting up another group and now I'm capturing emails and now I have to create content
That's true.
and manage it all.
Not everybody can do
And I'm
that.
thinking, does Jeff Roberti do that? No, he doesn't. So
Well,
I
Jeff
just-
Roberti didn't start with social media though, and I'm not doing it alone. Like even
I
my
know, I'm not
customer
talking
group,
about you. I'm just saying.
split it up.
in
Yeah.
general.
Yeah.
It's not for everybody. That's for
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah.
and I think we have to do what we have a passion about. You know, if you're a creator, if you're a content creator, it's going to be a lot easier. If you're not a content creator, then you can just, you know, you can be stealing people's posts and stuff like I do. But
Well, and I think the reality is it's about being part of a team. Like I would never recommend anybody new starting a group ever.
No.
Like never. Like and I tell my team, they always ask, should I start my own group? No, that's why I started this group. Like let's just keep it growing and you help me, you post. And so it's gotten less responsibility on me because of them wanting to help. And that's been fabulous because you get burned out fast on posting.
Right. We are always offering, if anybody wants to merge groups.
about 5 years ago, somebody had the idea that we should have all these different customer
Small
groups and they should be small.
I remember that.
Yeah. I like being in groups of like 10,000, 20,000. I feel like there's even more valuable content. But,
Right.
So, do you,
Well, there's value in both of them. I wish I had, I have a group that I had stopped and I was just thinking this week of revisiting that group, and I'm waiting until I get more participation from my team.
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah.
All right, let's,
Okay.
and we're gonna
switch
do the
gears.
drawing, and Denise will talk, I voxered you, so let's talk a little bit more. And, well, maybe we'll have some other cool things. Maybe we have a Friday night business social and chat this Friday at 9.
8:30.
8:30, and it's like time to maybe have a glass of wine
Eastern.
and just chat. So maybe that's something you could even have your team, and we can kind of like do a little team social or something.
Yeah, and you
But-
guys invite your teams, okay? So we're gonna do a drawing for, and Friday during the day at the Lunch and Learn is Kristen Winter's sister is going to do social media. So thank you,
Oh.
Kristen. Yay. But we're gonna go ahead and do the drawing for bingo. We were not good at keeping it going and not everybody
I think I get to-
participated.
I
Yeah,
get
you
to,
get to do
because
it.
you made them.
So I made them.
These are-
And don't get mad if Karen wins a lot because she had 5
Well,
bingos.
Can she win multiple times?
She can. Pretty sure
Oh
that's what
my
it
God.
said on the thing.
Well, she did the work. That's what it's
All right.
about.
So,
So-
she has 5 entries.
Wow.
And Melissa, who had 3 entries. Why are you
Uh,
kidding me?
Let's roll.
Okay, well, I wanted to say.
I'm just gonna say we should have had, maybe not to the extent of the action game, but we should have maybe just done a little bit more hype to get, because it was fairly easy for like, you know, social media postings, different things, so.
All right,
Okay,
cool.
here we go.
So
So we're gonna
we have
three
three-
$100.
3 $100 winners. First one,
Okay. Oh,
Karen
knockout.
Orlowski.
Knockout, baby. I hid it from him. I had it all closed. It's sticky.
All right,
Okay.
winner number 2. Oh,
JJ. Guess who JJ is? Jennifer Judd.
and winner number 3.
Oh, KO.
Karen wins 200.
No, you know what? You can give it to somebody else. Pull somebody else's name. It's okay.
Whoa!
Sweet.
Next level leadership.
Oh my goodness.
Just
Here
make
we
sure it's
go.
somebody from my team. No,
They're
I'm kidding.
all from your team, Karen. Let me
All
just
right,
say
here we
that.
go. Next winner. What does that
I
say?
gotta read that better.
Something?
Melissa Hetrick, M-H.
Yay!
M-H. So that was a good move, Karen. Melissa Hetrick. All right. And she
Good
really
deal.
was trying too. Okay, that was
Have
fun.
a great day.
Awesome.
Go get them.
We'll see you Friday.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Denise, for coming on.
Oh my gosh, thanks for
Barbie, glad
inviting
you're
me.
feeling better.
What'd you say?
Thank you so much.
Thank you for inviting me.
Oh, you're
Hi,
welcome.
guys.
Thank you. Thanks, Denise.
Bye,
Bye.
Michelle.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. Hi, Stacy.
Oh, yeah, we didn't get
Bye,
the.
guys.
Let's see if I know anybody else can I say goodbye to. Crystal, I
Hey,
think I've got
Sharon.
you or Tiffany.
Yes.
I heard
you
my
want
name.
Katie's-
Hi.
Bye, Tiffany.
Oh.
Hi,
Okay.
my name is Tiffany. Just wanted to say hi and thank you
Whose
so
team are you
much.
on, Tiffany?
Say again, I'm sorry. I didn't hear you.
Whose team
I'm
are
on
you on?
Team Endeavor under Tom O'Keefe.
Patrick.
Uh-huh.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So thank you so much.
All right, add me on Facebook.
Oh, yeah.
I can put you in a group.
Oh,
Yeah.
wonderful. Thank you.
A reminder.
Oh,
Yeah.
wonderful.
We'll get the
I
reminder.
would